Quantum Leap, the Oswald Conspiracy premieres NBC Tuesday.
I said you could save up to $3,500.
Your best shot, come on, and never do so.
I said you could walk into a Chevy Geo dealer and just about name your price.
Rock up with your best shot.
Did I say the end of year sale ends Wednesday?
Rock up with your best shot.
The sale ends Wednesday.
And drive it away. Family night at McDonald's. Kids eat free.
Family night
At McDonald's. Kids eat free. Because now, after 4, with each extra value meal you buy, the child that's with you, 12 and under, will get a regular hamburger, small fries, and a soft drink in a 12-ounce cup for free. So come on into McDonald's where your kids eat free.
Daddy, I love family night.
What you want is what you get.
Me too.
At McDonald's today.
Nearly 40 years ago, James Dean met his untimely death on a desert road, yet his mystique has lived on. Now, for the first time, you'll hear about the last ride of James Dean from the man he was racing to see.
I sincerely believe that we would have raised the best cattle and had the best horses.
Hear how this legendary star planned to buy his own cattle ranch and how he loved danger.
He wanted the chance to die.
James Dean's Last Ride, exclusively on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Tomorrow night at 7 on KYW3.
This is KYW-TV, Philadelphia. This is the news tonight with Jennifer Ward and Bruce Hamilton, David Rogers weather, and Yuki Washington on sports. And now, the news tonight.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer Ward.
I'm Bruce Hamilton. Thanks for joining us. Our top stories tonight. Days turn to hours with Philadelphia edging closer to a labor showdown and possibly a strike by city workers. With the clock ticking, there are now just 42 hours until a Wednesday 5 p.m. deadline. That's when Mayor Ed Rendell says he'll automatically impose the city's last best offer. City unions say they're working on a counteroffer. KYW3's Carol Erickson picks up the story from there.
Despite the ticking contract clock, sanitation workers found lighter than usual loads waiting for them on Center City sidewalks tonight, a surprising change from last Monday when strike-jittery residents put out lots of trash.
Last week, they come out behind us and we get by maybe half a block of the street, you know, and they hand us some trash or whatever. You know, but like I said, I guess they just figure we won't go out.
But strike preparation plans are very definitely underway at union headquarters, where rhetoric is at a full boil.
We are going to send a shockwave, I am telling you, not just through the city of Philadelphia, but through this whole country, if we don't get a fair and a decent contract.
These white-collar workers today rejected the mayor's contract offer, are working on their own, but say they won't be bound by the mayor's Wednesday deadline. Ditto for the blue-collar workers. They're getting briefings on the Rendell proposal, and the feedback isn't good.
The mayor's offer is DOA, dead on arrival. And they feel that he has not told the public the entire truth about his contract offer.
We're not going to give it back. And Rendell and nobody else is going to take it away from us because we'll fight till the end. And this is from Harold Watkins. We'll fight till the end.
No contract, no peace.
While city workers threaten tough times and the Rendell administration sticks to its guns, in a full-page ad, the Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce appealed to both sides to think carefully. The city's future is at stake, a future that tonight is uncertain. Carol Erickson.
It is Carol Erickson. Now, this story continues to change. KYW3 will follow the latest developments in a very tense situation that, as you know, could lead to a crippling strike. Expect updated reports on Newsday, Newsbeat, and the News Tonight.
400 Abington school teachers are on strike tonight, making good on their threat to walk out. They hit the picket line this morning after the school board shot down the teachers' demand for an almost 9% salary hike and certain working conditions. The board's counteroffer was nothing in the first year, a cost of living hike in the second. The board accused the teachers of being greedy. The Abington strike has closed 10 schools and idled almost 6,000 students. A teen is murdered, and tonight Camden police have a lot of unanswered questions. The body of a 13 to 15-year-old boy was found dumped in Cornelius Martin Park. Park officials made the discovery this afternoon. He had been shot several times in the head. So far, police don't know who the boy is, who killed him, or why. An autopsy tomorrow might provide some answers. A Pennsylvania state trooper is on the mend tonight after being wounded by ricocheting bullets. It happened this morning in Philadelphia's East Oak Lane section. Police say the trooper opened fire on a suspect who tried to run him down in a car. The trooper was wounded by his own ricocheting bullet. He also wounded the suspect, who's now in hospital in stable condition.
In the nation tonight, an extraordinary high-speed chase. Police race across 125 miles of California freeway. It started some 60 miles east of Los Angeles. Police tried to pull over a red Ford Escort. It had no license plate. The man inside refused to stop. He went speeding down 4 different freeways. Now, all the time, a woman sat in the passenger seat of the car.
It looks like.
The chase ended when a pickup truck driver blocked that car. Police closed in, arrested the man, took his passenger to the safety of another vehicle. In police custody, the suspect blamed the cops for the chase, denies charges he kidnapped the woman.
I don't know why they pulled the guns on us. What's the matter with my girlfriend? They say you kidnapped her. I kidnapped her? I didn't kidnap her. She was willing to go.
The man also claimed police tried to plant drugs in his car. Cops are still trying to figure out why the suspect led them on this 125-mile chase.
Across the nation tonight, astounding testimony fuels a new debate over American MIAs reported left behind in Southeast Asia. It's an increasingly angry debate that began just after a statement by President Nixon in 1973.
Within 60 days from this Saturday, all Americans held prisoners of war throughout Indochina will be released. There will be the fullest possible accounting for all of those who are missing in action.
But in congressional testimony today, 2 of Richard Nixon's defense secretaries said that at the end of the Vietnam War, they believed U.S. airmen were left behind.
I have a high probability assessment that the people were left behind in Laos, and a medium probability assessment with regard to Vietnam.
However, former White House Assistant Alexander Haig testified he's never seen any evidence that living Americans were left in captivity in Southeast Asia.
There's a chance Fort Dix might be brought back to life. Pentagon cuts virtually closed the base. President Bush popped the surprise during a speech to the United Nations General Assembly in New York. He said Fort Dix and other U.S. military bases might play a vital role in the training of multinational peacekeeping forces. Fort Dix was the training site for 3 million soldiers between 1917 and this year. Mr. Bush also played campaign hardball, employing a new strategy, aiming his war of words at what the Republicans call a Clinton weak spot. KYW3's Barbara Monaco reports the president isn't dodging the draft issue anymore.
The president was a guest on conservative Rush Limbaugh's radio show in New York. He accused opponent Bill Clinton of not being truthful about the Democrats' long-ago draft situation.
The American people are entitled to an explanation. I would never call the military immoral.
Clinton didn't call the military immoral either in this letter to an ROTC colonel in 1969. He did cite his dilemma about being against the war and not wanting to be a part of it. But Bush aides quoted Clinton's statement about many fine people loving their country but loathing the military.
The only reaction I have is that you ought to go back and see what Mr. Bush said about this issue in February in New Hampshire when he was ahead in the polls. And he said it shouldn't be an issue.
The draft issue wasn't foremost on the minds of prospective voters who went to hear what Al Gore had to say in Bristol today.
After 4 years of Bush and Quayle, the unemployment rate here in Pennsylvania has doubled. We have seen the results of trickle-down economics.
And that, not the draft, is what construction worker Barry McCaffrey of Croydon is worried about.
I'm a registered Republican, but it's just time for a change. They let me down. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job.
Clinton and Gore want to keep voters' attention focused on the economy. Strategists say the president is hoping to change the subject. Barbara Monaco, The News Tonight.
Around the world tonight, peace is possible between Israel and Syria within 6 months, according to Israel's prime minister. The stunning announcement came as delegates gathered for a new round of the Middle East peace talks. Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, 1,500 protesters blasted Prime Minister Rabin as a traitor. He suggested Israel might return part of the Golan Heights to Syria.
Catch this. A Phantom sub prompts an attack in the Stockholm archipelago. Swedish Navy fired depth charges at what they think is a foreign submarine, but there are no reports of a hit. In fact, this is the second time this happened in less than a week. Some suggest it might be the Russian military acting without the knowledge of Boris Yeltsin. And the first ever transatlantic balloon race is history, and a team from Belgium's the winner. They landed in Spain today just ahead of the British. Meanwhile, this Dutch balloonist and his teammates had to be saved from the Atlantic after their craft went down. The Americans are expected to arrive around midnight. That's your news up to the minute. Jen.
All right, Bruce, thanks. Now it's time for First Weather. David Rogers joins us. One more day of the muggies and then cool weather.
Relief, beautiful weather on the horizon, Jennifer. I'll tell you, tomorrow's the last official day of summer. Fall officially arrives at 2:43, and take a look at the steamy forecast for tomorrow. Heading out to work tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies, 69 to 73 degrees. Clouds start to thicken around the afternoon hours, 75 to 79. And heading home tomorrow night, could have some big thunderstorms firing up across the Delaware Valley, about a 60% chance of that. 85 scorching degrees expected to be the afternoon high. I'll have the cooling 5-day forecast. All that coming your way later on in the weather tonight. Bruce.
Thanks, Dave. From First Weather to First Sports. And Yuki, it's a shame we didn't say the Phils and the Eagles combined to win 4.
3 Eagles win, 1 Phillies win tonight. I could have had 4 wins. Oh, well. Anyway, the 6-game losing streak for the Phillies is over. They beat the Expos tonight in Montreal. 9-2 your final. Darren Dalton hit a grand slam to add to his run batted in total. Ben Rivera went all the way to get the win as the Expos fall 7 games behind first place Pittsburgh in the NL East. Will the Eagles sign Reggie White this season before his contract runs out?